Grand Rising family, it's Tamika here with Enhanced Holistically Tarot and Life Advice. I had previously attempted to start this video, but I got a phone call in between, so I decided to start it over since I hadn't gotten that much into the reading. The only thing that I had gotten around to was doing the Law of Attraction card today, which was ambition, so we're just going to keep it rolling. Ambition, I am ambitious and do not procrastinate or waste time being negative. Okay, who wants to waste time? Well, some people do. You'd be surprised. Some people do want to dwell on the past and dwell on the negative, but I would say if I were you, it would be more advantageous for you to dwell on that, all that is going well for you and all that is going great. Anyone can find anything to complain about, but why do so? It's just going to drain and zap your energy. The next card that we got was the Love Attraction card, which was purpose. And it reads, you possess the determination and the dedication to consciously demonstrate love. Okay, so I believe that ambition and purpose go hand in hand, especially when you're talking about trying to embark on a new journey or complete a specific task. Excuse me, sorry about that. And so that is all the way worth it. So the next card we had was the Archangel Michael card, and I have been reading a book called Nutrition for Intuition by Doreen Virtue and another author. I cannot remember. I believe his first name is Robert. Please forgive me, but if you get a chance to go out and get that book. But at the end of the book, right before I retired last night, I read something about how different angels are assigned to different days, and so that's what I'll be picking up on today. But this says, detach from the situation, whatever situation that might be for you. Archangel Michael asks you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. Okay, that is very comforting to know, because at times, like we said, sometimes we can get wrapped up. Didn't know, sometimes we do get wrapped up, I'm sorry, in the things that are not going so well in our life instead of the things that are. So Archangel Michael, we're embarking on him to help us to detach from the situation, especially if you have no control over it. All right. So if you haven't got a chance to look at any of my videos, I've only just started this video as of this month in November. Today is November 28, 2018. The time is now 10:48. I'm so happy about today. I don't have any clients today, so today is going to be used just for resting, relaxation, doing some grounded work, doing some meditations, just really getting grounded in myself. And you can never have too much grounding, right? But also meditating and trying to manifest some things that I've been praying for myself. All right. Okay, so study was the first card that came out. Many of you may be going back to school. You may be researching a specific topic or thing. Whatever the case may be, your angels are embarking for you to get into a field of study. Like I said, some of you might be going back to school very much for something that you're passionate about, so that's awesome. All of you that know that I love this card, children. I said in my previous video to make sure that you're not trying to dampen your children's gifts, whatever they may be. We know that children are very intuitive because they're not really influenced by rigidness in the world yet, so they are very much in the stage where they use their imagination a lot. So make sure that you're not dampening their gift. If they say they hear something or see something or something like that, just continue to keep watch on it and make sure that you allow them to express themselves. And then self-acceptance. We all need to continue to accept ourselves for who we are. Know that we are great. Know that we have purpose. Know that we have a lot to offer in this time-space reality. Okay? Romance. Okay? Many of you might be going and embarking on a new relationship, partnership, whatever that may be for you. Or you may be in a relationship and your romantic situation might be enhancing. I would say that with this self-acceptance, many of you are judging yourself within a relationship. You're always questioning, am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I smart enough? Am I sexy enough? Am I this? Am I that? Okay, so make sure that you are in a vein where you are accepting yourself, knowing that you are deserving of long lasting love within a relationship. I can speak firsthand from this situation because as beautiful and wonderful as I know I am, it seems that sometimes when you get in a relationship, you tend to question those things, especially if you've had failed relationships in the past. You might feel as though this is going to be yet another situation where it's going to end. But beloved, I will tell you this. You have to look at yourself the way you want your partner to look at you. You can't give what you don't have. And if you don't have self-love, self-acceptance, and self-respect for yourself, it's going to be very hard for your partner to see that within you as well. And then we have harmony, okay? In whatever relationship you're in, whether it be a intimate relationship or whether it be a friendship, a partnership, whatever it may be, you want to make sure that it's harmony there, that there's not a bunch of drama, a bunch of bickering, a bunch of arguing, a bunch of negativity, being around a lot of people that complain a lot. You need to get from around those individuals, okay? You want harmony in every situation. So make sure that you're embarking on relationships that produce harmony. Pleasure. This is good. Some people, oddly enough, believe that they aren't supposed to experience pleasure in life, that they're just supposed to take care of their necessities and just live. But I beg to differ. We are not put on this earth to just work and have no play, okay? Yes, we have responsibilities by all means, but seek pleasure in things that make you happy, okay? Whether that might be going back to school for some of you. Find something that's going to fulfill you, okay? And have purpose and ambition. Remembering our love attraction card and our law of attraction cards. Have the ambition to carry out those pleasures. Don't call them guilty pleasures, okay? I think that too many times we have gotten to a way where we feel that if you're doing something for yourself, that you're being selfish, when that is quite the opposite. I like to say that whenever I'm doing something for myself, I'm being self-fulfilling. Even if that means that I can't go out with someone, even if that means I can't spend time with someone else at that very moment. If my spirit is calling for me to be in solitude, then that's what I'm going to be. And that's pleasurable for me and my spirit. We have restriction here. Okay, some of you may be going through a period of time where you are very rigid in your thoughts. You're very hard on yourself. You have self-imposed limitations. But your joy guides are here to say that they are here to help you be free. Okay, there's nothing like being free. You can be free in your body, but if you're not free in your mind, you are still in bondage. So make sure that we are doing the things that keep us free. Don't be held to someone else's standards or someone else's expectations. Be held to your own expectations and standards, okay? The next card that came out with decisions. This might be in relation to why you feel stuck or locked in a situation in your mind. You may have some decisions to make, and we'll be able to clarify this whole situation. But this looks like a tug of war here. If you look at this picture, it looks like a tug of war. And it might be a tug of war as you see the theme of it is higher self. It may be a tug of war with your higher self trying to compete with your lower vibrating self, what could be the restrictions that you currently have in your mind. But as you see, the angels there or the angelic beings are trying to unlock that for you. So allow the universe to give you the right decision to make. But that can only come through what? Meditation. Stilling your mind, stilling yourself, getting yourself away from all that distracts you so that you can make an appropriate decision. Okay, but if you see here on one side, there's a person with nothing. On another side, there's a gift trying to be handed. And you're right in the middle of the heart. You're right in the middle of divine light. So your higher self is trying to give you the right decision, but you may be restricted in your own mind and not allowing yourself to get to that point. So make sure that we're doing that. Survival here. Okay? Again, the healing guide. If you see that there looks like pointers stepping out or pointing out of the ocean, that may be sharks, as we would like to resemble it as. But your divine help is here, okay? So many times we are in survival mode, and when you get in survival mode, your cortisol levels go up, your sugar levels go up, and then you have a cascade of dis-ease that begins to circulate in the body. We want to make sure that we eliminate that. Okay, a lot of times, all the time, I say two cards fell out. All the times I say that when you are feeling an ache or pain, you have to associate it. Okay, if it's not an external trauma, then it may be something that is going on within. It might be something in your mind. It might be something in your emotions or your mental. Okay, so you want to make sure, excuse me, you want to make sure that you are exploring what that is. Okay, two cards that came out: shadow and suffering. Someone may be suffering in silence right now, but yes, again, if you look at this illustration, your angels are trying to coach you into a direction of peace and harmony. Some of you may have lost loved ones. You might be in a grieving process right now, but you might be suffering in silence, okay? You might be in your shadow side. You may not allow yourself to heal from a situation. You might be trying to shut the world out. Now, there is a difference between shutting the world out because you're trying to get to a place of calmness and harmony, and there is a difference between being antisocial. Antisocial is drawing you away from people so that you can continue to sulk. You're not allowing yourself to be out in the sunshine. You're not allowing yourself to be around people that genuinely love you and support you and trying to give you some motivation to continue to go forward in whatever the situation is that you're suffering from. Okay, there is a difference. If you're led by your spirit to just steal away so that you can get grounded and centered, and it's a spiritual type retreat, that is totally different than you just blocking out the whole world, because the truth of the matter is we do need each other. We are here for each other. Okay, so these were the three last cards that came out, and we'll probably get a little bit more in detail once we start getting into the actual tarot. I'm going to do things a little bit different with the tarot. I'm going to do a different spread. Normally I would do the Celtic Cross, but I'm not going to do that today. I've resonated with another spread that I think may be beneficial, so I'm going to try it out with you guys. Here, let's see what this, this is the life-changing oracle cards. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Thank you, Spirit Guide Angels, Ancestors, Divine White Lights. Thank you for your messages of clarity. It's snowing here in Ohio. It's starting to flurry. It's not gotten too bad yet. I'm in the Columbus, Ohio area. For those of you that may be in the area and want to look me up, you want to get together and talk about some spiritual things, that's totally fine with me. Okay. Seeking and finding. I'm not going to elaborate on this card just yet because I want to see what the rest of the cards are going to be before we go into that sobriety. Wow, Spirit. Parental care. Decisions again. Yes, this very well might be an area that you're struggling with in making a decision. It may have something to do with children. It may have something to do with elderly parents. This card literally has just stuck up here. Thank you. All right. As you can see, heavenly signs. And then last but not least is healing from the past. All right. So as it relates to what we were just talking about as far as the shadow, suffering, and survival, being locked in your own head, not allowing yourself to feel anything of positivity or pleasure. Seeking and finding. You're seeking a solution to a issue or problem. Sobriety could be anything. You might not be sober in your thoughts right now, so that doesn't always have to be associated with a addiction, but it could be. But we got decisions here twice, so you could tell the angels are really trying to get your attention about giving you the solutions to a decision that you're trying to make. And you need to look for signs from your guides, your angels, your ancestors. Okay, so they're trying to get a message to you. And you must heal from the past because you are going through some type of suffering, which we've already established that. Don't know exactly where the suffering is coming from. Only you yourself know that. But right now you're in survival mode. You feel like you're going to sink, but you are not going to sink. It's a perception that you may have. And this might be the self-imposed limitation that you have, that you're not going to make it. But you are going to make it. You definitely are going to make it. It could be someone is challenging. It may be a challenge in your romantic situation right now. In your harmony with that. It could be, possibly. For some of you, you might be going into a tumultuous situation within your relationship right now. It could be that. It could be a relationship with your parents. Suffering is suffering. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter what it's involving. It doesn't matter any of that. But hey, if you're needing some direction, ask your guides, ask your angels. And this takes me back to the Archangel Michael saying detach from the situation, because you need to attach and cut away anything that has fear and drama in it. All right. It's becoming clearer. It's becoming clearer. Okay. So let's see what these crystal angels cards say. I feel like this is going to become clear. So I'm going to just gather these cards up. And if I need to refer back to them, which I'm sure I will. But you guys keep in mind what it is that's been said in the oracle cards so far. Okay. You're going to get 3 cards. Okay. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with the positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. Alrighty. Let's see what else is out there. What else, Spirit, will you tell us about what has already been said and what has already been shown? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Words of abundance. Okay. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerful, positive words. Always describe your own in the world's economic situation in loving, optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourself and others. So whatever it is that you're going through in your shadow side and your suffering, it's important, it's imperative. Too many cards. It's imperative that you speak nothing but positivity. Nothing but positivity. Nothing but words of abundance. Nothing but visualizing yourself making it and being successful. Clearing debts. All right. Some of you might be trying to go and handle a debt situation, or you might be having some low funds right now. You yourself involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations, avoid future ones as well. I feel like this is more emotional than it is money. I feel like it's more emotional than it is money. Giving the cards that have already been put out, I feel as though it is. I feel that it's more emotional setbacks. It's more emotional. I'm so sorry. My throat is so dry. Let me make this quick because I just got a text message saying that they will be on their way. So, let me... Okay, so listen, beloved, if I have to make this a 2-part video, please forgive me, but I'm going to do my best to get through this in a timely manner in the next 15 minutes. All right, so like I said, I'm going to do a different spread. here. Let me take some of these off. And I got this big old table, and no matter how much space I have, I still feel like I need more. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is, I know you can't see the cards, but of course I always hold them up so that you can see them. And then we're going to expound on them. But as I feel right now, what's been already said, I feel like some of you are going through a situation emotionally where you are having a hard time getting through, whether it be a marriage. You might be in a situation where you're contemplating divorce. There's no communication between you and your significant other. It could be a situation that you are having self-doubt. Someone's not taking ownership of their part in the relationship. You are then questioning yourself as to whether you're good enough. Have you done all that you could do to save the situation? But I would tell you that although marriage is a marriage, it's a union, you will have highs and lows. But if you're in a situation where you're not safe and you're not, and nothing is moving forward, the other person has to want it too. Okay? I'm going to tell you what's on the table as soon as I get them out. I'm get the first 5 cards out. And we're going to talk. This is going to tell a story here. Yep, I definitely feel like it's a relationship. Too many cards. I definitely feel like it's a relationship. It could be a relationship with a family member. It could be a relationship with a lover. It could be some going back and forth about what it is that you need to do in a money situation. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a relationship. That's 6. All right, so excuse me. So the Hierophant is a spiritual advisor, a spiritual leader. Someone that you might be going to see to get advice about what you're currently going through, and trying to make a decision, okay? And like we said before, this is the decision card here. It could also be you have so many choices, you don't know exactly which one to take, and that breeds procrastination because you're not making a decision at all. It may be some concerns about your family situation and your stability right now. Like I said, it could be financially, emotional debt that you're worried about, but I feel like it's more emotional. It could be influenced by finances. Could be. The Queen of Cups is here. Love, nurturing. Okay, but something about relationships. And it could be involving money. You have the 8 of Pentacles here. This is also the study card. If you remember that we got this card here, the study card. You're burning the midnight oil. You're trying to research. Or you might be up late at night trying to devise a plan of some sort. And you have the Lover's card here. So that's why I'm feeling all the more as we keep going. It has something to do with a partnership relationship. I feel like it does. Let's see. 3 of Wands. Okay, you may be going on a journey. You're leaving something behind. You're definitely turning your back on these 2 wands that's in the back of him. And you're taking this one and you're kind of moving forward there. Okay, but just know that whatever your decision is, it's the right decision for you. The only thing I would say is make sure that you're looking at the pros and cons of the situation that you're in and knowing that you're divinely guided. There is a promise of stability for you. You will be okay no matter what. I definitely don't want... I've been in situations where you try to hold on, nothing changes because it definitely takes 2 people to acknowledge that there is an issue in this relationship. If the other person is always feeling like they've done nothing wrong, and it's blatant things that's happening, and you're not feeling at peace about it, then you may need to contemplate making a decision to move on, even though it hurts. Because the longer you stay in that situation, those wounds get deeper and deeper, and then resentment sets in. because then you start thinking about all the time you've wasted trying to make sure that everything stays on the up and up, and it may not even improve at all. And you're having sleepless nights about it. All right? You're having much anxiety. You're laying awake at night trying to figure out what to do. And no one can tell you that. The decision that you make has to be yours and yours alone. Okay? But you have to, too many cards. But you have to get to a place of silence and solitude. Some of you might be trying to study or research some resources that can help you once you make this decision. All right? So you might be up late at night trying to figure out what it is that I need to do. What's the next steps? How am I going to move out of this apartment, this house? How am I going to take care of the children? Because children may be involved. Elderly parents might be involved. Cutting away the bullshit. Here we go. Let's cut it away. Some type of truth is coming out. Some truth about the matter is coming out. Trying to keep watching my time. It's 11:11, y'all. Ones, it's time, beloved. You're looking at this video right now. It is for you. It's time to move on. I'm not telling you when to do it, but I'm going to say it might be the right time for you to. Oh, yes. 2 of Wands. Take that trip. So, listen. You have options. You do have options. We know that. Right now, you're stuck in a place where you're trying to see what the best option is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these 2 rows. And then the row in between is going to bridge. So, I have a 5 card. I have 5 cards on the top. I wish you could see this, but I don't want to keep moving this camera. Maybe you can see it that way. So I have 5 cards up here, if you can see. If you can't, forgive me. Yeah, let's do that. I have 5 cards up here, and I have 5 cards here. And what I'm going to do is split these rows. And whatever the bridge is going to just tell even more of the story that's going on with you guys. All right? I'd rather see you than do this, though. I just want to show you the spread so that you can see what I'm doing. So I had these 2 rows together, telling the story. We're going to fill it in between, okay? I'd rather look at you guys than have it pointed down. All right? Too many cards. But listen, I want you to know, beloved, whoever is watching this movie, whoever's watching this video and whoever's meant to hear this guidance, don't stay in a situation past time. You begin to truly grow resentment in that. But the other person, if you're in some type of counseling and you're going to see a spiritual advisor, that's totally fine. If both of you are going together and both of you are willing to be transparent and honest about what it is going wrong in your relationship, that's great. But if the other person is not doing that, it's definitely time to move away from the situation. It's time to move towards calmer waters, because obviously you've been disrupted in your sleep. You've been disrupted in maybe your body. You might be feeling all kinds of aches and pains, and it's because of stress. But it's saying maybe, and this falls right in line with the spiritual advisor and the Lover's card. Okay, this is what's in between. It's time to move away from a situation. As we saw in Art, it says cut away anything, any attachments of fear and drama. If it's calling you drama, keeping you up at night, sis, bruh, it's going to get worse. Okay? Unless the 2 people involved are willing, too many cards. Unless the 2 people involved are really seeing the issues for what they are and someone is willing to make that change, then it's going to keep being the same. There's no way you can get around it. No way you can get around it. All right? Now we have the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Thank you, Spirit Guide, Angels. Someone needs to speak their truth too. Someone needs to come clean about a situation that's happened as to what brought you too many cards. As to how it's gotten you to the point of even contemplating leaving. Shoot. Okay. What's going on here? What's going on here? You shuffle again really quick. But someone is needing to make a decision about, someone is needing to come clean and be truthful in order for this thing to really work. If no one is coming clean about a situation, it's not going to get better. Especially if you have evidence that something is going wrong and the other person is turning a blind eye. So the Seven of Cups, remember I told you, is the decision. And then the Three of Wands here is you're turning your back on it. Wow, what is going on? All right. Let's see here. Spirit. Okay, thank you. The Hermit. All right, so with the decision cards, the only way that you will get some type of enlightenment on what to do is that you go within. Okay, go within and try to find what it is that you need to do for yourself. Yes, you have responsibilities. Yes, you have children. You may have elderly parents. You may have all of that. The responsibility might be on you. And depending on what you do, you might feel like it's a hardship. But I will tell you this. No decision made is a decision in and of itself. Okay? Now we're clarifying the Four of Wands and the Nine of Swords. This is the stability versus you stand up at night possibly worried about the stability of your family. Okay? Just the mere fact that you're even contemplating might be challenging in and of itself. And it's causing you to have sleepless nights. Ooh-wee. Okay, let me shuffle again. I'm feeling like some of the cards are pointing. Okay. There we go. Yep, you're not wanting to make a decision here. Okay? You're being blind to the situation that's going on before you. You're not wanting to make a decision. You're not wanting to leave. You're probably thinking about your comforts. You're thinking about your comforts. You're thinking about all that you have to give up. You might not even be comfortable right now. You might be even more uncomfortable emotionally than you are physically or in your financial situation. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles here. This is right on top of the Queen, right between the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. It's talking about comfort, financial comfort. But I'm going to tell you, you have to like weigh the pros and cons. Would you rather be in a situation where you're steadily miserable mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Or would you rather just try to suck it up, find the resources, research the resources that you need in order for you to begin your journey and be on your way? All right, the next card that came out in between these two cards was the Page of Swords. Messages. Some kind of messages coming through about what this whole situation is. Some type of communication. All right, whether it be a communication that you're going to find out what the resources are available as you research them so that you can get on this out of this situation, and then you're going to make your journey. You're going to start your journey. At least I hope you do. Let's clarify with these. Let's see what the end all, be all, not the end all, be all. The end all, be all rests on you as the individual. Only you know what you got going on. Never take take what you can from these readings and from the advice that I give, but ultimately the decision is yours and yours alone. Don't get up there and say Tamika said to do anything, honey. If this be a sign for you, a heavenly sign, then okay. It'll resonate with you. It won't resonate with everybody. And that's fine with me. Because what I do is what I do, and I leave the outcome to you guys. Everyone has their own power to make their own decisions about what it is they need to do in their own life. Okay? So make sure that you are seeking guidance from your higher self, from your ancestors, from your gods, your angels, that they lovingly guide you into a truthful situation that is meant for you. All right, unity. It says traditional viewpoints and methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors of like-minded friends. Okay, and this is the archangel Sandflon. Sand the Sandalphon. I can't say it. I'm sorry, but it's unity. Okay, and this falls to me. It falls right in line with the Hierophant. You may be seeking out spiritual advice, and this is right in that same row. So what we're doing now is we're going back and clarifying each row. The next row was the Seven of Cups, which was the making a decision, the procrastination card, the Hermit, trying to find your way, your guide, and then the Three of Wands, which was I'm trying to turn my back on the situation and really look out and see whatever else is out there. I may have to go, y'all. I'm sorry, I might have to go. So here, my closing remarks for you, because I won't be able to finish all the clarification, but there's enough here for you to get the gist of what it is that you might need to make a decision about for your greater good. Okay, so love yourself above everything. Try not to listen to the naysayers that don't really know your situation, but those that do love you and do know what you're going through, listen to those. But you cannot avoid or override your own inner knowing and what you need to do in a situation. And so without further ado, I love you all. Be blessed, be abundant, be healthy. Above all, meditate, eat good, drink plenty of water, and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.